Good morning, folks. Hopefully everybody got signed in. Trace will not be joining us today, so Kim, I believe you will be the one running this meeting.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I believe I will. We will call, it is now 10:01. We will call the meeting to order. I lost participants. I believe we have Tommy.
Yes.
Okay. Jason.
Yes.
Will Martin. Don't forget, folks, you have to, sorry, I skipped to number 4 by accident. Sorry, folks, I'm a little off today. We need to do the American Pledge and the Texas Pledge. Will Martin, can you unmute your microphone and lead us through both of those, please?
All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, sir. Greatly appreciate that. Now we will go to number 4, which should be roll call. And we already have Tommy, Jason, Will, Martin. I do believe I saw Veronica. You're here? I believe she's over there.
Yeah, we're here.
Okay. Corey, you're here also?
Okay.
The button changed.
Yeah, it's also updated.
And Melody. Does anyone see Melody?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, wonderful. Emil, did I miss him? Emil, are you with us? Tom, have you seen Emil on there?
I have not. Bill, have you seen Emil?
He's on here. He just needs to unmute.
Right.
Okay.
I'm here.
There you are. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay. So we have everyone except Trace, who unfortunately is not feeling well. And now we will go on to number 5, the meeting minutes from November 17th, 2020 meeting. I looked over these. I did not see any mistakes, any problems. BAC members, do any of you have any issues with anything on there or anything of that nature? Any questions? Okay, if no one does. Is there any public comment in reference to the meeting minutes from November 17th? Okay. Do I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes as they are published on the bingo website?
This is Will Martin. I make such motion.
Okay, do I have a second?
Jason Poole, a second.
Okay, thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Okay, they shall be accepted as they are posted on the bingo website. Number 6 is report to the Texas Lottery Commission meeting that was held on December 3rd, 2020. I was not there. I believe Trace was. I did ask him if there was any issues that we need to speak about. He did not get back with me. Tom, I'm sure you were there. Is there any insight you could give us or anything we need to know?
I did attend, and Trace presented information related to the status of the BAC, but there was no other information that I can recall that would be of import.
Okay. Did he go over the portion of the Facebook issues and that kind of stuff? Did the commissioners have any comment on that? Do you remember? I didn't look.
Unfortunately, I do not recall that.
Okay. Okay.
This is Tyler Vance. I'll chime in. From what I recall, Trace was unable, we were never able to get a hold of him for the commission meeting.
Okay, so he didn't attend. He didn't give them the summary.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
I think we lost audio during his presentation off and on.
Right, right.
Okay. Okay. Okay, very good. BAC members, do any of you have any comments or issues with that meeting? I don't know if anyone went. Okay. This is going to be another quick one, I can see. Then we will move forward with number 7, discussion and possible action on rules up for review and change. Is there someone that would like to take this that is working on this group with the lottery or BAC? Anyone with, is it Tyler? Do you present it to the governor, or I'm just asking where we stand with that? I know last meeting we discussed. Is that a yes or a no, or?
Tyler, if I'm not mistaken, the previous rules review were posted and became effective on October 26th. Is that correct?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was muted. Yeah, everything that we've worked on for the past year was adopted and finalized in October. And there's nothing pending currently. There's the digital gift card idea that's out there, and I sent a draft rule to Trace and I believe Steve Finolio at the conclusion of the last meeting, but I haven't heard anything back about that. So we're letting y'all take the lead on that.
Appreciate that. Mr. Finolio, are you with us today? Maybe he's not. I thought maybe he would have a comment on that. Okay. Or
Kim,
I was gonna. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
this is Melody Green. Will and I were talking about this earlier. I believe at the last meeting, I believe, Tyler, did you say that you were going to get with the Kickapoo and talk about this?
No, the first step, I had draft language and I think I read it to everybody over the meeting, and some folks weren't fully satisfied with it. So the idea was that I was going to send it to y'all, and then y'all were going to kick it around and come up with your own draft. And then once you had kind of a BAC approved version of it, then we would propose it and reach out to the Kickapoos about it and go through that whole process. But at this point, it's in y'all's court.
This is Will
Thank you.
Martin. Tyler, I'd like for you to send me a copy of that. I never got a copy. I'd like to see that.
Okay, I'm going to right now send out a copy of all the draft language to you guys.
All right, thank you.
That I had.
Thank you. I know Kim Kipling spoke on this quite a bit last meeting. Kim, are you with us today? I don't believe she may not be also. Okay. Melody, anything further? Yeah.
Yes, on the temporaries on demand rule that was passed, do we have a new form that we can fill out now to send that in so are we able to do that yet?
For the record, Tom Hansen responding to that. We're in the process of creating that. The requirement of the rule is that at license renewal, you have the option of asking for those temporary on demands to be available to you. So we're looking at any license renewal to have that available and working on the forms for it now.
Okay, so you can only ask for it when your license renews? I mean, the old form, you were able to send in and say, this is how many I have available. And I could use that, then you filled it in and sent it out to them. So this is only available when you renew your license?
My understanding of the rule is that at license renewal, you'll have that choice. Currently, you would have the remainder of any temporaries that are available and use the specific form that is already out there.
Okay. And I do want to say that your two staff people, Kim and Donna, have been very fast and thorough with issuing the temporaries when we needed them. So I did want to compliment you on that, Tom. Thank you.
I thank you for that. The entire licensing crew is working very hard for y'all. And please understand, they rotate in and out of the office to send out the paper copies. So they're sitting at home working.
They're doing a great job. I want to tell you thank you.
Thank you, Melody.
I would like to also say, Tom, thank you. I back up what Melody says. They have been on top of their game here lately.
Thank you very much. I will
and
pass that on.
Thank you. And that's difficult to do after last year. Is there any other comment in reference to the rules that were up for review and that were adopted?
Kimberly, this is Kim Kiplin. I'm sorry, I was having a challenging moment trying to figure out how to get unmuted. And I'm happy to talk a little bit about the digital gift card. I think, Tyler, you did have me on that copy also on the proposed language. I've taken a look at it and I didn't have any problems with it in terms of trying to, what it's really trying to do is to make it clear that we're not using these digital gift cards in any way to mimic slot machine operation. But Tyler, correct me if you think I'm mischaracterizing that.
No, I think that's, yeah, the way it was drafted, the way I drafted it was to really go over the top to relieve all of the concerns the Kickapoo folks made. Just make it clear that this thing can only be used in a very limited circumstance and only redeemed at a point of sale, cannot be redeemed on a card minder or any other electronic device, that it's got to be a customer to a employee point of sale type transaction.
I have a question, Tyler. And I apologize if we've asked or gone over this before. Where do we go now? If the work group comes back and says that they're good with the language, as Kim has just said, how does it get into effect? And I guess is what I'm trying to ask.
So once you guys are okay with it, then you can direct us to propose it. I'm not sure how the governmental affairs folks want to handle working.
I can jump in. Hi, this is Bob Beard. Yeah, this is something that when we outreach to other governmental entities, and the Kickapoo tribe is another entity, it's its own government. That's Fernelda's group in the governmental affairs to reach out to those folks. She has a great relationship with I know the people who represent them at the Capitol, and this is how we've handled our dealings with the Kickapoos in the past. So we would prefer, of course, to have their agreement on any language before we propose it, so we just don't end up back in the same place we are right now. So I think once the BAC has language that they are comfortable with and that we're comfortable with, I think governmental affairs would reach out to the Kickapoo's representatives and see if we're all in agreement, and then we would bring it to the commissioners as a rule proposal. It would have to be published and then put out for a 30-day comment period. Then it would be brought back to the following commission meeting to be adopted. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much for explaining that. Thank you. I will send an email to Trace and Stephen and include Kim and everyone else that I will look back and see who's on that and see if they can get this moving then. Any other comment from the public? Okay, I see approval, but I don't really think there's anything to approve. So we can move on to number 8. Discussion and possible action on recommendations on the BAC nominations. I believe this is probably just something left over from the prior meeting. We have 2 seats at this time. I do have a question for you, Tom. I know prior our terms ran for 3 years. Are we still abiding by that? And if so, are there going to be positions coming up?
So for the record, Tom Hansen, I'm going to defer to Tyler and Bob, if you don't mind, for their input on this.
And I'll let Tyler kick it off.
Sorry, I'm responding to something else here. So you're talking about the BAC nomination?
The question I believe she posed was, are we sticking with the 3-year appointment for members, and will there be any upcoming?
Let me see here.
I tried to look this morning online, but the starting date of each person is not on there. So I would have to go back through meeting minutes, I guess.
So I've got it that the rule says that each member is appointed to serve a 1-year term, and each member serves at the pleasure of the commission. And so, you know, we have the commission reapprove the committee every August or so, and I think at that point, we've never explicitly done it, but I guess implicitly by approving the continuance of the committee, we're approving the continued appointment of the people on that committee.
Okay, thank you. That's what I was just wondering about this morning. Okay. Members, does anyone have any questions on that or comments? Okay, then we will move on to number 9, old business. BAC members, is there anyone that has something they would like to speak about in reference to old business? Okay, any public comment?
Ms. Rogers, if I could.
Yes, please.
For the record, Tom Hansen, Director of the Charitable Bingo Operations Division. I wanted to share some information with you. Part of it is old business and part of it is an advisory. First, regarding the reported unlawful activity being conducted on the Facebook and Instagram platforms, the agency has been in direct contact with Facebook officials and have put in place a method of reporting that so far has been very beneficial. We have seen pages reviewed and in most cases shut down within hours of reporting. The Facebook officials shared with us their recommended method for the public to report a post that may violate the Facebook community standards. against pages, groups, or events that facilitate or promote online gambling. To report the post, click in the top right of the post and click on the three dots that appear. Click Find Support or Report Post. And then to give feedback, click the option that best describes how the post goes against the Facebook community standards, and then click Next. When something gets reported to Facebook, they will review it and remove anything that does not follow their community standards. And I will share a document that has those instructions on it. Secondly, I wanted to share the results of some research which reflects the impact of COVID-19 on the bingo industry. Using the quarterly report data for quarters 1, 2, and 3 of 2020 and comparing that data against the average of the same quarters for 2018 and 2019, we found the following. The number of occasions held were down 15% for quarter 1 and 3, but 60% down for quarter 2. The gross receipts dropped 11% for quarter 1, 54% for quarter 2, but there was no significant drop for quarter 3. The total prizes reported as paid was down 10% for quarter 1, 53% for quarter 2, and again, no significant drop for quarter 3. But by far the most important, charitable distributions showed a 20% drop for quarter 1, a 68% drop for quarter 2, and a 37% drop for quarter 3. Now, the reports for quarter 4 are not due until early next week, and I couldn't put those in this research, but I thought I would share with the BAC that information.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
Tom.
Oh, go ahead, Will.
No, I was just thanking him for that information.
Yes, sir. Likewise, thank you for that information. Thank you for the Facebook and to get that out there. Is that something, Tom, that we can have posted on the main page for bingo for everyone to see when they click on the bingo website?
We're in discussions about that right now. I will share that document with y'all and then work with our IR staff and our governmental affairs and legal about whether we post it there or not.
Absolutely. Members, my first suggestion would be get that out to all of your charities and everyone else in the bingo world that you have connections with, because the more of us that tackle that, of course, better. And thank you. Tom, if you have, if you can share those numbers, the percentages with me, I would appreciate it. I would include it with my summary for the commissioners.
I will do that.
Thank you. BAC members, does anyone have any comment on the old business that Tom presented to us? Okay, is there any public comment? All right, no comments, so I'm not thinking there's any action that needs to be taken. New business. BAC members, is there anyone that would like to present some new business?
I have this is Will Martin, and I have a question that I had posed to Tom, and I never got a answer back. I'm sure he was busy, and it had to do with the American Legion here in Victoria insuring our building, and the question was, if the main office of the insurance company is out of state, can we use bingo money to pay for our insurance?
And Will, I apologize that I didn't get back to you on that. We had a little bit of concern because there was not enough specifics in it for us to apply rule. Am I correct, Tyler?
Yeah, that's correct. And I'll just say though, generally there's no restriction in the Bingo Act on who your insurance provider has to be, whether they're in state or out of state, or really there's no restriction on it at all in the act. We weren't sure in your initial inquiry if it was an issue related to maybe a nonprofit law or if it was bingo, and so I think that's why you didn't get a direct answer on the first pass. But in general, I'll say that the Bingo Act doesn't limit the use of bingo funds to Texas incorporated entities or insurance companies.
Okay, that's what I needed to know. Appreciate it very much.
Sure thing.
Thank you. Any other members have any comments or questions in reference to new business?
Yeah, this is Melody Green.
Yes,
Hey,
ma'am.
Tom, in your research, Tom, I'm sorry, this may go back to old business, but on your research on the impact of COVID on bingo, do you have a number of halls that have closed or have not been able to reopen due to COVID?
That's actually not information that folks share with us generally. The audit staff, when trying to reach out, have been notified that a few, and I'm going to say it was very few, halls were still not open and couldn't provide the records they were asking for. But this is not generally something that's shared with us.
Okay. Yes, the third quarter was very good for everybody in the industry. But this fourth quarter has fallen off, as you will see when you get the new reports in.
And I'll share that information once we can conduct the research.
All right, thank you.
Okay, and hopefully that number is very low. You know, sad to see the halls close and go. Anyone in public that has a comment or would like to discuss new business?
This is Wallace Vernon. I represent, can the committee hear me?
Yes, sir, we can.
I represent Texas Charity Bingos. We operate, prior to COVID, we were operating 9 halls. We're currently operating 8 halls. We closed 1 because of COVID. But I want to go back to the Facebook comments. That was very good information to have. I have contacted my state representatives, which I have a good relationship with both representatives from my area and also with the Texas Senate representative. And I have asked them to look into preventing the illegal activity of bingo on the internet, and hopefully they will do something about that. But if any of the other folks on this call has any support from their local representatives, I'd like to hear from them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your information. BAC members, do y'all have any, does anyone have any comment? Or Mr. Wallace? Out to your Senate and your state reps. We appreciate it because it takes all of us to, I believe, to get this under control. Any other public comment for new business? Okay, then we will move to item number 11, set the date for the next meeting. I believe we've been doing once a quarter, so that that would go into April, I believe. Do I have any ideas, BAC members? Give me some ideas on when you'd like when's the next commission meeting? Let me ask that first. Can someone with the lottery let me know when the next commission meeting is?
Bob, am I correct that it's February the 4th?
No, the next commission meeting is February 11th. And then we go to April. Let me check the exact date in April. I think that
I think
is
it's April
probably
8th.
should be. Yep, April 8th.
April 8th, okay. So we would want to meet prior to April 8th so we can provide our summary to them. What about April 1st? EAC members are going to have to speak.
That's fine with me, Melody Green.
Fine with me.
Will Martin, fine with me.
Corey Harris, fine with me.
Tom, at this time, do you have a problem with April 1st or would that be okay?
Not at all. That'd be fine by me.
Okay, so via Zoom, April 1st. Next meeting.
Kim, your volume dropped off there just for a moment.
Oh, okay. April 1st, 2021, 10 a.m. for the next meeting. And I am pretty sure it'll be via Zoom.
Most likely, yes.
Okay, very good, very good. If there's not any other comments from the BAC members in reference to the meeting, and we will adjourn at 10:31 a.m. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.